Wow. Well, welcome in. Anybody who is already in here, I'm not sure how many people we have in here. I just started the stream. This is the most on time match of all time. In fact, this is possibly two on time. I wasn't even ready. Apparently, all these players have been in the server since like 10 minutes before the scheduled start time, which is crazy. So huge shout out to these teams. We've got Loopy Family versus Tide of Iron here for the Amateur Cup Invitational 2. It's your boy Na, as always, bringing y'all the coverage of this China versus China here on the showdown. After this, we are immediately going to be going into I Have You versus Teardrop, which will be another Chinese derby. But for now, we've got Loopy Family versus Tide of Iron. We have been waiting for the ready-ups just for a bit, but should be kicking it off shortly here on Dark Carnival. Take it 78%. 3+1 with the boom to start us off. And away we go. Let's see the first hit.
Hey guys, can I have a second?
Then we'll do some roster rundowns. Charger, Smoker, Hunter, Boom, Charge from around the bus. Hunter does eventually land. That's going to be it. Boom dies last. And so, for Loopy Family, we've got Listening to Poetry in the Peaceful Night. We've got C1. We've got Quit. And I can't read his full name. We'll call him Love. As for Tide, we've got Secret God, Minority, Reaching for Dreams, let's call him Dreams, I guess, and Letting Go. Actually, I do know his Discord name is Mau Mau, so I think we'll call Dreams Mau Mau, because I like the way that sounds. We do have the underpass hit here. 3+1 with the Spitter. Smoker, Hunter, Jockey. Miss on the Smoker. Nice awareness by Rowe. Spit comes out before any cappers can get her in there. And that's going to be a sick take by Loopy Family. Now, Loopy Family has had to have some pretty drastic changes to their roster. Originally, there was a team that was named Be With You that was going to be playing in this cup. And I believe Cold Spur was one of the players for that. He then became team captain of Loopy Family, but apparently he was suddenly unable to play, and so they had to switch captains. So it's been quite a loopy beginning here for Loopy Family. Oh, the jockey does get the carry down, but Rose ready to drop even with the boom on her. Gets stumbled through that spit, but still, after 3 hits, the damage is minimal, only 93%. So even with Loopy Family being under new management here, I believe Suginkant, if you're familiar with Suginkant, pretty active on Twitch chat and in Discords for Cups. I believe he is the new team captain of Loopy Family. So, a little bit under new management here, but they're doing quite well against Tide of Iron early on. Tank going to be coming in shortly. It's going to be before the drop down, but they are going to have to deal with a quad right before they bring in the tank. You can see the Hunter is ready to go. Hunter is the tank. You can hit on the run back here, which is kind of what they want to do. Smoke charge, nothing major, just going to get 2%, and that'll be that. Smoke pool, but coach is there ready to cover for his teammate. You always got to be ready for situations like that, and of course they are. So, 91.4% of the bonus left after a number of hits, and Loopy Family will be backing it up all the way around this advertisement, the classic anti-tank spot. Welcome in, chatters. I had to very abruptly start this broadcast because our teams were ready 10 minutes early. 10 minutes early! These teams are already ready to play. We do have a cast immediately an hour after this one, so it was very nice of them to be in the server, ready to go. They do get a little bit of chip in. But welcome in, Jodasei. Welcome in, Hot Bear Balloon as well. Good to have y'all in here. Trying to facilitate some rocks, trying to facilitate some SI hits. Alex was actually moving into the charge there, but they do get the clear in that charge just in time. You can see Loopy family has been hit with a little bit of damage during this take sequence. Just a couple percentage points. Again, nothing major, but basically a full SI hit worth of damage so far has been additionally locked in to this Loopy family roster. Now, letting go does drop in with the tank. He gets a beautiful hit with the car. These cars can often be so unruly and unmanageable to try to get to hit up here, and they can be a huge bait. But that was a beautiful first hit. See, you got the skybox being an annoyance there. He goes second pass, 50% frustration. He is going to have to commit here eventually. Starting to trade a little bit of his health for a positional advantage with the cars, but cars not really going his way, as is typically the case. He's still going to commit to this just because it's such a difficult commit path. He kind of gasses them out of that original area. They got to run through the advertisement, try to drop down, and they're just shooting him the whole time. And they know no cars are there because he hit them all over, but boom! Right into it. They do dodge the charge, but they don't dodge the car. One of those arguably more important than the other. Down goes Love. Down goes Quit. One more hit with the car to grind him out, and that will be 2 survivors dead just like that. Beautiful double smack from letting go, and also the other survivors nowhere nearby to punish him for getting the grind out, so he just gets 2 free grind outs. Usually, you know, teams going to be able to pressure that a little bit harder as far as preventing the grind out. But with 2 survivors down at the same time, there's just too much chaos going down. They're going to climb up with the charge. This charge was so beneficial for them last time. This time it's going to be the smoker facilitating the smack, and the rock as well with the double boom into the charge. Tide of Iron is popping off here. One smackdown with that charge. Rock will miss, but look at the comments wrapping around, and letting go says, you know what, I'm in this piece. C1, the last bastion here. Oh, hold on. Pistol's going to be able to finish him off, and he will go down. It is just going to be Row here. They're going to try to get a couple more points of distance. See if they can get a couple more points of distance with the jockey on the head. And that will be that. Take her through the deep end. And down they go. 277 points. We will be watching that one back. Let's go ahead and start watching it now, just in case we can get quick ready ups. You can see they did such. I thought this was an amazing play by Loopy. This is something that we don't see. We're gonna watch the replay back again, but something that you see from those higher echelon teams is being aware of where the hittables all are and going to somewhere where the hittables are not. Sounds simple, but oftentimes a little bit more difficult in execution. But you can see he was able to just bring that car with him like it was a little box of McDonald's. A little box of McDonald's. Okay, what was that analogy? Okay, moving on. There is the double smack. There's the box of McDonald's right there, giving him a double smack with the double kill. Can I have some fries with that one? And it will be Tide of Iron swapping over to the survivor side. We'll see exactly what they can get. Gamer Noob 126 in the chat as well. Good to have you in here. Quick ready ups across the board. Remember, this is a double header here. We got a Chinese Derby straight into a Chinese Derby. And let's be real. That round was looking so damn good for Loopy family. 3 hits in, and they had only done about 7% damage. So this was looking to be a beautiful round for Loopy family, but comes back to bite them. I do wonder what Loopy family could have been there. It looks like we had a DC, so we can watch this replay again here. Do they ever go in the motel? Do they ever like walk on the motel railings to prevent the car, or is that just too risky with the SIs? if they had just gotten to the empty pool, even if they could have just gotten around to the empty pool, that could have been perfect. But it was just ultimately the split 2 and 2. They try to widen it out, but the trajectory of the car, it is what it is. Smoker, Charger, Boomer, Hunter here for Loopy family now.
Alone. I just need to say goodbye.
Charge the ghost hop over and the catch. Not going to be too much more than that. Boom. Tail end does catch that. Ellis with the boom. And Hunter, he doesn't want any of it yet. He's just going to go ahead and hold this hunt for now. He goes back into ghost form. Hit of about 3%. Nothing too major. And they actually send it really aggressively here. Am I wrong? The spit will unfortunately miss for the hunt spit. Jockey and Smoker swiftly get dealt with. I wonder if they felt like, you know, they wanted to charge the underpass and they didn't have it, so they're just going to send stuff in. I will say Tide is going quite slowly through here. Could give them enough time to get set up for the underpass hit, maybe at the second interval of the underpass. They absolutely could still go for a hit right here. Pretty slow by Tide, all things considered. I would have liked some recognition that, you know, we just they hit us off tempo. Now we can get through a pretty important choke point without a hit from them, but they don't make that recognition, and they do slow it down. Smoke pull, charge on the opposite end, will land with the spit as well. Spit. The spits have been struggling here for Loopy family. Oh my god, quit. Really struggling with that spit. And if those spits had landed, we would be seeing Tide getting hit down a lot more than 88%. I would say they would even be at like a 10% disadvantage compared to what Loopy family was at. But the thing is, I mean, Loopy family, it was just the car. You know what I mean? Like if that car did not get a double kill, Tide would have been in very hot water. So I really think that Tide, despite having, you know, the SI's hits not being as effectively defended against, they can still come up big here. They just have to minimize the damage through the motel area. As the boom comes out, okay, one capping SI down, spit damage is avoided. The Hunter trying to isolate onto Ellis, but should be able to shoot through the wall. Ellis gets outside of the room, and that is going to be fine. Listening to poetry in the night air is not able to get the hunt catch onto Ellis there. I just enjoy saying his name. And Tide will hop through. It is going to be the quad. Right here with the tank.
Reloading, coach. Stop shooting me.
There they go. I like that they're sitting this early. Instead of hitting on the run back, just try to lock in the quad right there. Unfortunately for Loopy family, they will not quite get the angles that they wanted. Kind of a dry charge there. We'll get sidestepped. But still, this is, in the end, this is solid damage by Loopy family. That being said, though, this tank is just not the easiest to lock in damage with. It's truly not. I don't know how the chat feels. I personally feel that we don't see a lot of damage. I mean, we definitely have seen our fair share of wipes here as well, especially as Mau Mau triggers a car alarm randomly. I guess, you know, maybe they're fine with that. They're going to be hitting the car anyways. It's not like there's going to be a lot of pressure here from setting up the car alarm. Tide of Iron is going to run it all the way back, and this is a very interesting decision. Usually we see teams try to wait out the tank's health, or rather the tank's frustration, a little bit more than Tide of Iron is doing here. They're just kind of immediately going for the run back, which is I mean, that's fine. The tank still has to, you know, run up and do his business here. But also another important point is that Tide of Iron has let, I might have to stop as the tank Listening to Poetry in the Night is actually just going for the full A-gauge. Not going to let him walk all the way back. The double cap. Hold on. We still got a charger here as well. Rock right to the dome. Getting the double smack there. Wait. Now the charge is going to try to go in, but he's a little bit late to pick up that deal. Hold on. Listening to Poetry, he gets another one with the charge. He stuck it down. That charge. I'm sorry, bro, but that was not it. That was not it. That charge just was not it, brother. And they will go down. Charge hopping around. Who was the charge? Who was the charge? Was it Quit? Who was the charge? Oh, man. That was an unfortunate charge for sure. I think Loopy family did a great job at landing their SIs. They did a great job of catching off Tide. Even if that charger landed, it wouldn't have been the end of the world for Tide of Iron, but it would have been pretty big. Regardless, Tide of Iron, they don't do the full transition all the way back into the safe room, and I think Tide of Iron is perfectly okay with that because now they don't have to run all the way back. So, I don't know. It wasn't necessarily the absolute cleanest by Tide of Iron. It looked like they got caught out a little bit. Starting the engagement with the double. Hold on. We got the hit at the underpass. 2 on the back. Jockey pulling into the spit. But look at that. Tide of Iron, despite not having the cleanest of takes on the tank there, they will still have a hell of a lot of bonus and a high potential to get an early lead, a sizable early lead against their compatriots, Loopy family. Hunter going up, gets the catch, charge is there, ready to go. Oh, missing the follow-up there. He actually manages to get away. They're going to hold on to that charge. Smoker now goes in. I think smoke could be a great tool for this area right here, where you're trying to catch them while they drop down. I think smoker could be an invaluable tool for that area, but I understand that just, sending off the sack and getting some, or sending off the smoke and getting something new can be a pretty enticing option, usually with the smoke. Tide of Iron is going to run it over to the side here, drop down 3, and there's Coach as well. Jockey, Charger, Hunter, Spitter on the hit. This could be a massive drop down hit. We could have Hunter DP as well. In fact, let's watch from the cam of the shotgun player here. Actually, I'll do you one better. Let's watch from the Hunter. He's going to be going for the DP here as the survivors drop it down. And he does land on Row for 21 damage. Charge catches as well with the Hunt Spit. Yo, now that was an all-time hit from Loopy family. You love to see it. One of the in-capping SI is not able to do it, but the Hunt charge with the Spit, beautifully executed. Spit is ready, trying to get the interruption. Yeah, wait, no. You just go on the other guy, right? You just go on the other guy on the pickup there. I thought the Spit did such a good job of waiting around the corner. But in the end, okay, we'll have the quad sack with the double boom. And now Tide has been drained of almost all of their bonus, 87 points of bonus left. They will still be winning this chapter right now by about 75 points. But they've still got a little bit more work to do if they want to get, say like a 200, 250 point lead. In goes the hit. I love this aggressive hit here before they start climbing up because the survivors are so slow that they're going to be able to send this in for free. And everything lands. It does chop the remaining bonus in half. It was honestly only about 40 bonus if you look at the numbers, which is kind of insane considering it's almost all DB that was remaining. But regardless, we got Minority here with 5% of the health bonus. 8% damage bonus spread around the others. Smoker Pull, ready to go. It is going to be a 2-2. Smoker Jockey, it is the Poo 2, but the Jockey lands, brings him down 17 bonus. Spit comes out, letting go, falls down, I believe it's a common infected there, and the bonus drops to 22. Boomer, ghost hops around, finds 2, doesn't find the down guy. Smoke Pool trying to set off that car alarm, but look at Tide of Iron, they're not going to shoot this. They're not going to shoot this. They don't want to deal with this. They do not want to set off the car alarm. The double boom, oh my god. Oh my god. Wait for the charge. Oh, it's all going to fall to pieces here. Surely this will be the end of the round as the smoker pull lands once again. And they will be able to finish the round right outside the safe room. They do fall short of getting the full 400 distance points, but they win the chapter by just a little bit over 100 points. And we have got quite the match on our hands. It looks like two evenly matched Chinese teams. What a treat to start off our morning here. As we watch this replay back, this is a beautiful hit. Also, just now realizing that I did not give y'all the map veto. Something that I've got to keep in mind is that with the Amateur Cup Invitational 2, I'm still loading in here, by the way. This is kind of bizarre. But anyways, with the Amateur Cup Invitational 2, I got to be ready with those, with the map vetoes. Because you do the map vetoes right before the match. I am going to try to get in contact here. Going to try to restart my game here. And while I do that, y'all enjoy this replay a little bit more. And we'll be back.
To replace the first aid kit, replacing the pain pills item was a challenge. Initial versions of Adrenaline allowed players to run faster and perform certain actions faster, such as reviving other players. But the pills already give 50 temporary health points, which is enough for injured players to run at full speed again, so the Adrenaline needed something extra. We expanded the actions that could be affected by Adrenaline, shortening the time it takes to use health kits, defibrillators, and upgrade packs.
Alright, it does look like there was a server issue. While I wait for them to figure that out, I'm going to be right back. Sorry, y'all. Hang tight. To replace the first aid kit, replacing the pain pills item was a challenge. Initial versions of Adrenaline allowed players to run faster and perform certain actions faster, such as reviving other players. But the pills already give 50 temporary health points, which is enough for injured players to run at full speed again, so the Adrenaline needed something extra. We expanded the actions that could be affected by Adrenaline, shortening the time it takes to use health kits, defibrillators, and upgrade packs. Okay, I'm very sorry about that. Quick IRL issue. But we are back, and by the way, you didn't miss anything. They're just resetting the scores.
Over 20 miles apart cars. I think we're walking.
Well, the ride was nice while it lasted.
Get back on foot. Hey, whisper
Guys, can I have a second with the car?
Shit, I used to do it all when I was a kid.
Okay, now hopefully we'll be able to load into Chapter 2 without issues. I see the loading bar, or the loading circle, is circling, which is good. And it looks like we're good to go.
Danny good?
Yeah, they're a pretty big deal, all right.
Now, I do believe teams need to set the scores. They may choose not to set the scores. Simply add the amount after the match. I'll go ahead and start checking in the VOD to see if I can find the scores easily. So I'll try to do that just in case they didn't get them. Okay, they do have it. They did have those numbers ready to go. Got a little bit thrown for a loop here, but we are, no pun intended, but we are back here with our coverage of Tide of Iron versus Loopy Family here in Dark Carney, early morning on a Sunday here. It is going to be Tide of Iron starting off on the Survivors. Loopy Family on the Special Infected, 51% tank. Charger Smoker Jockey Boom. And we saw this exact same situation in our match last night. Last afternoon. Oh my god, they were so ready for that. Yo, Loopy Family, beautiful catch. The rolling caps as well. 12% on the hit and the boom to start off that engagement. That was beautiful by Loopy Family. Really immaculate hit. I Tide of Iron doing all they could to just get out of the safe room as fast as possible, trying to prevent getting multi-charged while inside the safe room. And they walked right into the double boom, which facilitated the rest of SI's landing. We go right into a 2-2, which could be a setup for a quad if they want it. Hunter, Spitter, Charger, Boomer. We'll watch from one of the shotgun players' perspectives on this hit. I'm assuming they send in the Hunt charge. They try to get a spit with one of those. And then they just stack the spit and the boom last. Nice charge smack into the catch. Lands with the wall as well. In the meantime, the spit comes out. Maybe? No. Spit went for the charge target. Unfortunately, I do believe that should still be the quad stack as well as a nice, 8%-ish hit from Loopy Family. They were laying on the damage on their SI sides of Chapter 1, and they continue to do it here on Chapter 2. Their main issue was just getting caught out by that car. So if they can correct that, they should be poised for this Chapter 2 win, it's looking like so far. They don't get too much value with the quad, but regardless, dipping them below 80% so early on in this chapter, it's a great early game for Loopy Family's SI side.
Reloading.
I don't know about y'all, but I do love this tank spot. I feel like this is a very high skill ceiling tank for both sides. Not just for the tank, not just for the SIs, but for the survivors as well. Going to be hitting in a lot of hittables, number one. There are a number of ways to try to mitigate these hittables, which I expect the survivors to employ. Things like this little railing right here can be so effective at preventing hittables from landing on the survivors. That being said, though, if any of these capping SIs, say a hunter, a smoker, if anything can get a cap on a survivor, when they're out in the open, it could be an easy hittable down into the potential grind out. So right now we got a jockey and a hunter for Loopy family, as well as a smoker joining them as well. Loopy is going to be quick. Second take for Loopy family. He took no pre-hit chip. He is going to be rolling it in with the forklift, deciding to go for the group of three. The hunter catches, but he just can't get... Ooh, there it is! Lands it right on top of him. And look at the easy grind out here. As long as he doesn't pop this dumpster out. Gonna get the first one. Not going to go for the rock. It does land on Minority. Tide of Iron needs to be careful. He hits him out of it, or rather he hits a hittable out of it. No longer going to be able to go for it. Hold on, more hittable potential. He hits it high. And unfortunately, I do believe that will just be an end cap. Oh my god, Mau Mau getting caught by that forklift at the tail end. What a way to end the tank, converting that into a double cap. Two survivors go down, but the thing is, they were already doing so poorly in the early game. To be honest, the survivor squad was. Charge Spit comes out in the alleyway, but that tank didn't do a ton of damage. They still managed to hold on to a little over 400 points of bonus. The issue here, folks, is that bonus is mostly going to be DB. We see it's 90% DB, 20% HB. So if they were to focus Mau Mau or Minority, Rochelle or Ellis, that is going to be really, really easy cutting down, chopping down of that bonus. Smoke pull into the charge, trying to get the alignment, but it doesn't work out onto Nicholas. Coach is caught down below, but all the SIs get cleared up, and Tide of Iron presses on. They have actually brushed their shoulders off, and they get to keep pressing through. 35% of the bonus left is quite a respectable number for Tide of Iron here. They've got 2 sets of pills left. Are they going to find a set of pills in here? Let's find out. No, they're not. Okay, Spit and Boom die. I think, does Tide of Iron press through? You don't want to get caught with a quad down here at the carousel. If they just press forward and you know, bushwhack their way through these common infected, I feel like they could get into this carousel and have already gotten a good chunk of the way through it when the SIs are ready to go. But now, with their delay, they won't have as many common infected, but they're also going to have the quad here. And so I do think a little bit more care paid to the tempo of their progression could have been a big benefit for them. I will say the quad out of Loopy family was one of their least effective hits, actually. They're going to go ahead and send it in. Lands on the head of Rowe. Charge does eventually find it. Double. Ooh, rolling double with the smoke pull on the back line. Coach eventually... No, he can't get the clear. Oh, no. Oh, Rowe may go down here. Finally getting the clear there. But look at all the bonus. It's completely evaporated. Down from 90% of the DB to 37%. The HB has been more than cut in half as well, and they will be able to drain Tide of Iron of most of their remaining bonus. Still got the event turned on here. Tide of Iron not out of the woods yet. Charge on the HB. Doesn't get the smackdown, doesn't get the spit. And that was kind of an awkward hit from Loopy family. Sure that the cappers left. Wow, the jockey able to carry into the tail end of the spin. Down goes Ellis. And this turns out to have quite the shift in momentum. Spit comes out. Coach is low. Rowe doing. They're gonna leave him to die. They're leaving Team Captain Mau Mau to die. I gotta say, I respect it. I respect. Oh, look at that. Is it gonna be the triple? Not quite. There it is. There's the down, and that will be the end of the round. It's going to be 474. Tide of Iron not quite able to get the full 500 distance and not getting any bonus with that either. Here was the tank attempt. Boom! Lands the dumpy right on Minority's head. Beautiful way to start the tank off. But unfortunately, as you can see, he goes for the grind out. He chooses not to hit her, or not to hit the dumpster with the rock. And I feel like that micro adjustment would have been what they needed to get the grind out. But regardless, look at the, hold on, look at the forklift. It actually hits him. Right there at the tail end, it actually connects with him. And with that, Coach gives his acapella, and away we go. Double. Look at those clears, though. Loopy family off to a brilliant start here. Wow, the jockey M2'd away. Quick smoke. That's going to be that. Less than 2%. Loopy family. Their survivor side has looked very convincing so far in this match. That was a great way to start Chapter 2. Of course, the tank was their weak spot for sure in the last chapter. We'll see if that continues to be true here on Chapter 2. If they can avoid it, I expect them to get a good chunk of bonus and maybe even be leading the chapter by the time this chapter is done. 2-2 set up for Tide of Iron on our Charger.
I'm reloading.
Watching from the position of the hunter. As they start to transition inside, it's the perfect time to hit. Hunter trying to get in there, catching the spit. He does manage to catch him. Charger, I don't think got too much value, but the quad boom as well. And there we go. That is going to be like a 15%er. It honestly took that Hunter a long time to get in. I guess the charge must have gotten some action in there as well. I believe we had a lot of spit as well, but really Ellis just getting chunked. The Hunter, he's standing in the spit for a long time, and the Hunter caught him in it, so. Random hit as they walk into Kittyland, just trying to get a little bit more value before the tank comes in. And that is going to be ultimately a ton of damage on both sides pre-tank. Loopy family kind of having their work cut out for them. Tank in the hands of Minority as he begins hitting the dumpsters up and over. Minority has plenty of time. He climbs back on top of the roof, and he is ready to maybe throw some rocks, which I think is a good idea. He's got so much frustration. No reason not to toss one here and there. They stack off the boom and actually land it onto one. Hunter takes his time to wrap his way all the way around towards the back as some more rocks rain down. At this point, if they've got the SIs they want, they might as well send it. Right now, Minority just trading his health for frustration, but it doesn't look like there's any potential to get any damage here. So might as well just send it at this point. They are, I will say they are bleeding out Ellis. There is that. They get Ellis down below 50 HP. And there he is at 48. Important break point. Minority's got to be a lit. I don't think there's a world in which he gets LOS into the AI, but it's, I guess, possible. 50% second pass. He's going to have to send it in. Immediately starting off with a dumpster hit. We're going to see those railings continue to be effective. He misses the first hit onto Rowe. Catching Rowe with the charge into the dumpy. There it is. Rowe goes down. Awkward spot for this dumpster follow-up. Decides to decommit, and I like this decision. No need to tunnel into the grind out. C1 forces to pop another set of pills. Nice attempt with the rock as well. They get the pickup. They start to reposition. 1,600, 1,700 health left on Minority. Unfortunate hit, but we still got the forklift over there. We've also got some dumpsters that didn't get fished out on the other side of the wall. He's just going to be running it down. They actually had 2 SIs ready to go. I would have liked to see a concerted last hit with the tank there, but in the end, Minority will just be going down. 55% of the bonus left for Loopy family. They can still get a very respectable finish here. They've got a lot of HP compared to Tide of Iron as well. Chasing down the smoke. And another integral hit for Tide of Iron, avoided by Loopy family. Welcome in, Iceman. Great to have you in here. Welcome in. You are tuned into the Amateur Cup Invitational 2. We've got a China versus China showdown here. 2 Chinese derbies back to back. Starting off here with Loopy family versus Tide of Iron. Into I Have You versus Teardrop. Now, with 1 SI down, the survivors are just going to gun it through the carousel. And this is the kind of tempo play that I felt like Tide of Iron was missing on their survivor side. And it entered into a lot of damage onto them. Let's see if Loopy family can avoid it. Carousel has been completely ran through. Hunter is ready for the commit. Once they start to leave, Charger's there as well. In goes the Charger, up and over. Does land it. Spit again. Not going to be lining up with the actual in-cap targets. And Loopy family, 550 bonus left. They are looking like they could get a big swing in their favor. The issue is they're holding on to these pills, which I respect. But it does allow for this final hit right outside the safe room. Hunter Smoker ready to go. Jockey as well. Boom not going to be doing too much. Instant cut on the tongue. Beautiful skeet. Triple boom. Jockey gets stumbled by the boom die, but he still catches him off to the side. Oh my god. Nicholas and the smoke cover, but Coach will get the clear right before the smoke takes effect. Massive, massive last chance hit by Tide of Iron. Stemming the bleeding just a bit from a lost round, and it will be 1249 to 857 after 2 chapters. So that's going to be a lead of about 400 in favor of Loopy family. Keep in mind they were down about 100 going into this chapter, so big swing for them. As we watch back the tank, Minority, he does get the in cap here with the dumpster. But you can see the dumpster is just in an awkward position after that. We'll go ahead and watch this play out. Beautiful charge catch. That's what facilitated this dumpster right there. But unfortunately, the dumpster tips over the railing, and it just puts the dumpster at a really awkward spot. Minority didn't really know what to do with that, so he did end up having to decommit. Alright, we'll watch that back one more time, and then I'll bring you all back to the live match. Chapter 3, Tunnel of Love. It is going to be a 29% tank, which I believe should be the tank spawning right as they walk into that kind of electrical maintenance room. Smoker Hunter Charger, boom. First hit here for Tide of Iron. Smoke pull into, oh, charge is gonna take the guy on the ramp. Gonna be some rolling caps, be worth 4%. I think Tide of Iron will definitely take that, especially with the tail end boom. Those common infected getting up in the survivor's grill. Rose got to be careful with all these SIs coming up behind her. They're trying to bring in the tank immediately, whereas Tide of Iron wants his second hit, and they should be able to cash in on it. Charger, Jockey, Spitter, and a Hunter. Massive, massive hit. Last chance hit before the tank. Very high potential to do a lot of damage in this close quarters area unless Loopy family's got some quick reactions. Maybe a Hunter Skeet could help turn the tide of this hit. $4% left. Who was that? Nicholas caught out. Quick clear, but hit after hit after hit. They all make a connection. Charge spit to finish it off. Another massive hit by Tide of Iron, and all things considered with how early this tank is, they will definitely be happy with the pre-tank damage put in there. Going to be beating an average of about 5% per. Look at Quit! Look at Quit! Dude! The tank literally just could have smacked Quit in the mouth right there with that aggression, but he doesn't get challenged. Okay. I'm not sure if this translation is quite correct or not, but I'm going to call this guy Miracle Boy. Third tank for Tide of Iron. He runs it through. The hops are good. The movement is great from this tank. Getting the double smack, especially thanks to that smoke. Look at the cap. Eventually getting the hunt clear. Jockey on the head. Oh, goes over for Coach. Should be able to clear that pretty quick. But look at the tank. He's in there quick. Gets smacked in the corner. Beautiful smoke clear as well. But it's going to be the double egg cap. Huge damage out of Tide of Iron. Beautifully done. 2 survivors going down. A very short and sweet tank. But the damage is done, especially with the SI support coming in massively there. If that smoker could have caught that guy up on the top floor, we could have even seen like a full wipe right there. Look at how quick Loopy wants to go. Tide of Iron is just going to give them this drop down here. They don't want to go for any kind of shenanigans up on the top side. They all are positioned on the lower level, ready to go. We'll watch from the Hunter's perspective. Looks like he's more of a distraction hunter, but he's kind of slow here. He's chipped down to 153. He does not want to commit. He wants to bait in the other survivors to drop down. But you can see these survivors don't want to do it. They're just waiting. Here's a charge from the side. The hunter does get skeeted, but the charge will land. But the spit again. He's just going to jump right onto the head of the dove. It feels like a metaphor, but I don't know what it would be a metaphor for. All the spit damage avoided. 40% left on the bonus. Iceman says baiting does not work usually. Quad ready to go for the roller coaster. And Loopy family has managed to hold on to 40% bonus as we approach the roller coaster. But we all know how much hellfire and damnation can come out of this roller coaster. It's truly the roller coaster from hell, and not in the way that would make adrenaline freaks want to ride it. Even they would fear for their lives in this situation. Such a forgiving spot for the SIs. Jockey, look at the smoke. It's beautiful. Charge, just land. Bull charge. Gets him. That guy is not dead. Whoop! He landed on the head of Coach and he's fine. He stands back up. He's like, you know what? Nah, I was completely fine. That didn't even hurt. I didn't even feel anything. I didn't even feel anything there. The smoke pull? No. And they will be able to pick it up and keep going. What is that? The Loopy family manages to live the pull down on the smoke again. Hold on. Double boom. But they have made it up. They've made it up. Bull charge going to be completely negated. We actually saw the same thing happen yesterday afternoon to Air 404. Not the exact same situation, but another kind of wonky bull charge situation on that roller coaster. But the issue is, Loopy family, this 141 bonus, it's all on Rochelle. Almost all of it. A little bit on Nick. Ooh. Ellis is ready there for the clear. A little bit of spit. And there it is. The catch on Nick. Do they go back down for him? They will go back down for him. I think this is smart, right? They cannot count on getting Rochelle's bonus into the safe room. They need to just get as much group distance as they can. Coach, what just happened there? I didn't even see. He just dies. Was that to a common scratch? I actually don't even know where he is. Boom catch. There he is. He just got scratched, I suppose. Jockey Smoker. We could definitely see some shenanigans at the drop down here. There's a smoke pull. And we should see the end of the chapter right around here. And you might wonder why. Well, there is this reset area that is so effective for the SIs. They get a little bit aggressive, and I'm not sure who Ellis is without his clan tag, but he gets all the way across, dealing with the charger and the spitter. He does get caught with the hunter at the tail end, and the smoke pool still works. Rochelle still gets reset. Ellis isn't able to cover for his team. He deals with the charger. He deals with the spitter. Nick is eventually able to deal with the hunter, but down goes Ellis. Jockey latches on to Rowe, and that will be the end. Harold Chito Baniao, welcome in as well. You're witnessing the end of Loopy family's Survivor side of Chapter 3. What a way to end it out there. I kind of agree with y'all. It was sick to get the clears. The idea was that you climb up. Hold on, the idea was that you get up here, right? You be that hero survivor. You get up here, you're good to go. Wow, we are already back into our live match. I'm going to try to give you all that replay, but might not be time for it, as they are just going straight into it. Tide of Iron on their Survivor side. Charger, Smoker, Hunter, Boom. I know y'all probably wanted to see that bull charge back, so we'll try to give that to y'all. But the first hit is in. Smoke pull, Charger? Was he on the back line? Where's the spawn? Okay, Charger's just waiting. He's gonna ghost hop over now. Wow. Okay, let's watch that back. Up they go. Look at the bull charge. Hello? He lands on his head, bro. What is that? What is that? He said, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good, y'all. All right. The Poo 2 here for Loopy family. Not the best of sack orders for sure, but could still be a pretty effective hit in this close quarters area. Just not exactly what you wanted. You'd love like a, Hunter, Charger, that sort of stuff. Often, ooh, they tried to catch him with the jock. In the end, not going to work out. 2 hits in, an average of 1.5% per hit. And this could definitely be Tide of Iron's bounce back into this match. We saw the tank from Tide of Iron be much more effective than it typically is in this spot. Getting a double cap with a breeze there. Listening to poetry at night is the tank for Loopy family. He's going to send it all the way in without it. Okay, Charger, Hunter, Jockey, they're all up ready to go. Gets a smack. He is in there. Charger missing. Hunter eventually catches on the sideline with the Jockey as well. Down goes one survivor, but the tank is all the way in there. Charger off by the side. Catches him right on the head of the dove. Smacks onto Ellis. Oh, or rather coach, but they will just be getting that one end cap. Insane movement from Tide of Iron. Yes, Loopy's family's SIs were able to get in here and there, but just ultimately not amounting to a ton of damage. One single end cap, some good damage on coach as well, but that's going to be that. Obviously, the issue for Tide of Iron, again, I mean, I feel like a broken record sometimes on Dark Carney, especially Chapter 3, but the roller coaster, I mean, we could be seeing all this bonus gone in an instant here. So we can't get too excited yet, but this is a good start for Tide of Iron. But hold on, they have to drop down to clear for the smoke spit. Other SIs, I believe the other SIs must have hit from up above. But there goes 10% of the bonus just like that.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Reloading. Come on, watch it. Damn.
Reloading.
Weapons over here.
3-1 with Boom. Love the aggression from the charge. He just immediately sends it in. Jockey gonna try to get on the head and pull him around the corner. Can't quite do it. And while we have a lull in the action as they approach the roller coaster, I do want to remind y'all, we do have a Chinese cast of this match. 有中文直播 over at Wimwez's stream, WEMWUZ. So if you are a Chinese language viewer and you would prefer to see that cast, it's available to you. Unfortunately, no Spanish casters up this early. We did have Jotase in here earlier. Jotase, Hunter, Smoker, Charger, Spitter. Chinese guy says greetings from Beijing. Very convincing message. And I think we'll just see we see the DP itself. Oh my god, Nicholas said not today. Smokeful, the charge still lands if it's spin. Down goes Miracle Boy. Not finding a miracle today. But honestly, that skeet was redonkulous. Okay, they will pick up and be able to keep going. 400 bonus left. And they have made it past. But again, this is only the first half of the roller coaster, really. That's only half the job. You've also got that reset area up ahead. So they need to preserve as much bonus as they can going into that. Random Hunter, just for fun.
Turn that shit on.
Just going to be able to climb up the ladder. Nothing too this is very minor. Just kind of slowing down the survivors, getting a little bit of damage here. Actually, I say a little bit, but look at their bonus. They're under 300 at this point. So the 1x1 maneuver has ended up being somewhat effective.
We need to keep going down the track. Watch out. I'll hold on to these pills. Hey, look out.
Alrighty. In they go. Charger trying to use the railing to just be able to go infinitely, but regardless, it will not be able to finish the job. And this is an issue from Loopy family for me. But look at how slow Tide of Iron is going. They need to up the tempo here. If they want to get past this reset area, they're not going to be able to do it. The Chargers survived, and when it goes for them with 21 HP, that's a problem for Tide of Iron. They let the Charger get back up. I would really say Smoker is a more impactful SI here for the reset, but Charge can also be very effective. Jockey on the head as well. They've got maximum separation. There's a smoke pull down. Tide of Iron was not ready to help their team. They dodged the charge. Jockey on the head. Will they get the clear? Hello, camera? It goes to him absolutely last out of everybody. Thank you so much for that, camera. Do they just ditch him? Do they just ditch him at this point? They've got no DB. So Ellis goes to help out Nick, and they keep their HB protected. on letting go in minority. That's Coach and Row. Hunter does land, but they should have the clears here. They get past it. Tide of Iron has gotten past it. The charge landing. There goes a lot of HP. Spit, unfortunately, does not get the follow-up. And it definitely has been a pretty messy roller coaster sequence from Tide of Iron. But they live to tell the tale. They lock in with 137 bonus as well as a full 600 distance. And they will be bouncing back into this match less than 200 points away from Loopy family. Okay. We head into Chapter 4. We've got Iceman from Turkey. Great to have you in here, Iceman. I'm sorry, I don't know any Turkish phrases that I can say to welcome you in here. If you want to teach me one, you can. But regardless, here was the tank replay. You can see the SI's they're actually finding their targets, but they're just not really working with that tank. The charge comes in, lands on the head of the dove. That was a beautiful moment for Loopy family as well. But ultimately, just going to be that single end cap. Now, of course, in here we have the potential for going finale. It actually looks heavily possible that we could be going finale here. In the meantime, just letting the next teams know, because we do have a match right after this one. Right after this match, we've got I Have You versus Teardrop, another China versus China showdown. And that match might be kicking off around right now. Usually have some delays to start, so might not miss too much of it, but we're going to be going straight into that one. You got a double header this morning. 2-2 with the Hunt Smoke right outside the safe room. Look at this 26% tank as well. Gonna have this classic Chapter 4 tank spot. They kind of caught Tide of Iron off guard there. The Hunter was not ready to go in. And they just walk it out. Nice attempt with the catch, but Rowe was there ready for the clears. 2.5%. I can get you a Discord for the ACI 2 here right now, actually. And there you go. All right, so we do have Mau Mau going to be the potentially final tank for Tide of Iron. Look at the caps. A long charge into another area code. It was pretty close to the dumpster, but of course not going to be close enough there. And let's watch from Mau Mau's perspective. Just drops that final dumpy in. Keep in mind, we got all the bumper cars as well. He's going to try to get him out of the bumper car area first. Getting the smacks, not going for dumpster hits at all to start it off. Nick in the corner, rock, okay. Double boom. Gets him, that is a corner. That is actually going to work, bouncing him off the common infected. He's only got 1200 HP left. Does he go for the grind out? Ooh, awkward. Just going to hit a ton of... Oh my god, that hits! Oh my god, C1. He gets hit with the second dumpster as well. 200 HP left on Mau Mau. They immediately go for the pickup, which I think is well advised. Jockey prevents it at the tail end and wraps around. This is massive. Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually landed. I would have lost my shit. The rock. Oh my god, Mau Mau playing out of his mind here. Not going to have the trajectory for that one, but again, preventing the pickup over and over again. Look at how low Ellis and Nick are at this point. Nick does get picked up. Rock's not going to be able to land. If Mau Mau goes in at this point, he's just going to die. And actually, the tank goes AI anyways. I would have really liked to see this dumpster attempt here. But, I mean, it would have been really difficult. You know, you got this little bar. I'm not sure if you would have been able to do it. Loopy family does get the pickups. They're able to keep pressing forward, but they've only got a third of the bonus left. This was an absolutely massive tank out of Tai. Team Captain Mau Mau really putting them on notice there.
Reloading.
Smoke pull. Jockey hopping around. Spit comes out. And that should be I was thinking they'd go for the quad sack, but looks like they want to hold on to the spitter.
Through this door.
Reloading.
So, I mean, that was the quintessential quad spot. This is such a classic quad spot right here. But they opt for the 3-1 with Spit. Let's see if they get the payoff. Double cap in the Spit. Hunt Spit. They get the damage lock in. Again, going to be worth around about 8 to 10%. Doing a good job of cutting down the bonus of Loopy family, but they're not really done yet. And after this event, we do just have that alleyway into the finisher. Easier said than done for the survivors through that area. And look at the clears. That hit just going to be immediately sent into the ether by Tide of Iron. They do at least get a triple boom, but on the tail end of the hit, not going to be worth too much. Okay. Gonna watch one of the shotgun players here as they go through the alleyway. Don't have a hunter, but there's a jockey going out first. They get the M2, they finish him off, and there's one SI out of the equation. Did the Charger land? The Charger's still in ghost form. Another SI goes down. Just got the charge Spit. You're not going very quickly through here, though. SIs might get another one. This is dangerous. If they push through too quickly, they're basically allowing that free charge Spit. How much value can they get at the tail end here? Charger, Spit, and Hunter, they're all ready to go. Hunter ricochets through. Charger sends it. He does actually land in the Spit as well. Gets Ellis with the common lock, too. Look at the damage. Look at the bonus completely melt away. And Loopy family will be able to lock in 82 points of bonus. As well as a full distance, respectable way to end the chapter for them, especially considering they were only at about 30% bonus after the tank. So that's a very respectable way to finish. I cannot believe that that hittable landed onto C1. Unfortunately, y'all didn't get to see the full hittable sequence there, but look at the work that they did post in caps. Beautiful jock play as well on the wraparound. We got this the dumpster attempt. Way too close for comfort. And now we've got Tide of Iron. They've got quite a bit of work to do. If they can end the chapter with about 300, 350 bonus, I do believe they will be in the lead going into, I'm assuming they will play the finale. There are some teams which don't want to play the finale ever. But Chinese teams typically are not of that philosophy. Beautiful clear on the hunt. I think even if that hunt landed, the boom would have been stumbling it anyways. Very, very minor damage. Not the hit that Loopy family wanted to start off this round.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Reload.
Nice attempt at the hunt. They do actually roll it into the double still. Some good damage. Boom and smoke for Loopy family right now. I think they definitely want to get rid of the boom. They will go ahead and sack the boom off. Looks like they want to keep that smoker. All the dumpsters get up and over, but the issue is, folks, look at the dumpster hits from C1. They actually don't get up and over. Wow, that is two very sad-looking dumpsters off to the side. We've got one that C1 is going to be able to play with. And he does rock toss it all the way down. Immediately dropping down. Whoa, Nick! Oh, uses the bench. That was way too close for comfort. Charger going off into Never Never Land. Bumper car! It can't land! The bumper cars are so finicky through this area. Trying to finish off Roe. Can't do it! Roe gets out! Hold on! No hittables here. Just going to be a smack. C1 getting very minimal value. And Charge misses again. Double smack! And he will go down. So much bonus still in hand for Tide of Iron. The tank at least managed to get that double smack, but I mean, that was quite the unfortunate engagement. He just gets melted down. None of the SIs really helping him out too much either. That was so close with the initial dumpster hit. It would be a different story if that had landed, but the player using the bench so well, getting around the tree eventually as well. And they go into the barn with a 2-2, a Poo-2. I think they send in the spit boom, and they get this quad ready. Maybe they, go smoke jock first, and then boom spit. I don't really care what they do. I think setting up the quad would be very well advised by Loopy family at this point. We'll see if they do it or not. In goes the hit. Immediately laser down of the jockey. Can't keep anybody in the spit. Going to be a little bit of smoke, but that will be it. I don't believe that was the quad sack. Was possibly a 3-1. Honestly, not sure. I know the smoker died last there.
Hey, I'm reloading.
I feel like the smoker... Well, I guess we'll just have to see what Loopy family wants here. What's that last SI going to be? It's going to be the spit, so it will be Hunter, Charger, Jockey, Spit. This could still be massive. They sent it in so fast. Oh my god, the bull charge into the catch with the Hunt Spit. Jockey can't quite get in there. Oh my god, way to chunk down that bonus. Cutting their bonus in half with that hit alone. And at this point, Tide of Iron almost entirely DB. They need extremely careful play. It's going to be so difficult to preserve the DB through this final sequence. So forgiving of a spot for the SIs. Not just the event, but also the alleyways after. And this is pretty much the amount of bonus that they need to walk into the safe room with to be leading after this chapter. I don't think it's going to happen. Beautiful catches. There's the smoke hunt. Charger will miss. If that was a tri-cap, that would have been absolutely disgusting. Ultimately, still amounting to about 100 points with that DB wide open.
Reloading!
Gates open.
Look out now!
234 bonus still in hand for Tide of Iron. But look at the setup for Loopy family. They are so ready for this. Jockey just sends it in aggro style. Charger gets down, but they do get the classic Hunt Spit. Ellis gets caught up in the spit as well. Coach even going down. And bye bonus for Tide of Iron. This is almost certainly going to be the sin to the finale. Not out out of the woods yet, though. There's a double on the back line. No spitter to follow it up, but they got a smoker. 2 players going down. Make it 3 players going down. Mau Mau getting wrapped around. Boomer on his head. He's maybe even going down. He just got his pistol out. He will go down. They'll get no bonus there at the tail end. Absolutely no bonus for their efforts. They will be taking a finale a little bit less than 300 points down. Loopy family has been looking in control of this match so far. That SI side for them, it did look like they loosened up control of the match for a bit, but they do end up locking it down, and we send it to the finale. Always love to see when a game goes the distance here. The goal at the Amateur Cup Invitational 2 was to create even skill matchup games for players who maybe aren't quite at the very pinnacle of play, but still put in a lot of work, a lot of practice, and compete in those tournaments all the same. This is a moment for them, and it's certainly working out so far. Tide of Iron and Loopy family going the distance. Loopy family going to be starting off on the survivors. Something important to keep in mind here as they start off on chapter 5 is that the tank is going to be coming right away, and the survivors basically have 2 options. They can take it all the way back into the safe room here, or they can take it back here, and that's going to be the main decision for them, where they want to take the tank. The tank is immediately in. They send it the hit, smoke, charge, hunt. They all send it in. They get almost nothing. And tank going to be in the hands of Letting Go. This is such a high intensity tank here. So much pressure on Letting Go to lock down the survivors right here. Because if you're not able to get the wipe with this tank right here, you're going to be giving the other team a lot of points. A lot of points. Even if they get down later on. We're talking about this wide open stadium area. It's just so easy to chill out and lock in the points. So, Tide of Iron definitely needs the wipe right here with this very first tank. Letting Go. He takes 500 points of chip already as he tries to get the dumpster into play. This dumpster will largely not be used. It is a good way of kind of gassing out the survivors, though, making sure that they go back to their hidey hole. Look at the chip. Almost 1,500 points of pre-tank chip, and in he goes. One smack onto Nick. Another smack onto Nick. He keeps Nick in the corner, starts turning for the collateral smacks. There's a double. There's a single. Hey, this could be it. 400 HP left on Letting Go. They will get the clear. No in caps out of Loopy family. 50% of the bonus still, over 50% of the bonus still in Loopy family's hands. And I've got to say, I think that they've done it. I feel like they've done it. This was a great tank for them. The SIs were not able to get a word in edgewise. And the tank mostly getting single smacks onto Nicholas. Yeah, a couple of double smacks there at the end, but it's to be expected with that tank. They've got 950 bonus left to play with, and they've got a lot of lifelines here in this match. They clear out the SIs. Tide of Iron is going to be stacking into the quad, but of course, you'll notice that there are plenty of pills left to go around for Loopy family. They've got 6 set of pills to play with in total. 3 in hand, 3 in the bush. And a quad ready to go for Tide of Iron. It's just so difficult to get these SIs in, to spawn them at ideal spots. Look at the travel time needed for these SIs. And it's just a shooting gallery here for Loopy family as they shut down SI after SI. We are getting back into it. Just going to be the 2-2, because remember, they tried the quad. I'm not even sure. What do y'all think? Going for 2-2s into quads, is that really the play here? I feel like maybe they just preserve 3-1s. But regardless, it's not going to matter too much either way. They've been able to deal with all these SIs quite handedly. And here is another quad lined up, ready to go for Tide of Iron. I guess they're recognizing that they really need a lot of damage here, and they need it now. At this point, I think, you know, they're probably expecting to be able to wipe Loopy Family with the tank, but Loopy Family still has 4 sets of pills. Hit comes in, just going to be the smoke. Nothing too major. And at this point, it does look like that second tank is going to be spawned in. 4 sets of pills for Loopy Family. They might make it all the way into the safety helicopter here. Charge gets avoided. God, Nicholas there, listening to poetry in the night. He is definitely feeling cool, calm, and collected there. And away we go with another quad. I think we'll watch from a shotgun player's perspective on this one. They are just going to send it in haphazardly. Good attempts, but not finding anything. You can see 2 players from Loopy Family have preemptively popped their pills. I think the tank needs to just bleed him out here. Yeah. And he is just going to bleed him out. You know, you got to get the health bars down on Rochelle and Nick the best you can. The issue is the tank is down here, right? So he actually cannot get vision on the survivors. Otherwise, they're just going to blast him down, which means he's not going to be able to bleed them out for very long. In goes the hit. The survivors actually finally got kind of smoked out of their original standing position while they dealt with the tank, but they deal with the SIs, no major incident there. They've still got 855 bonus, and Tide of Iron is drowning here. They're not making the distance. They're going to need something miraculous out of this tank. Does letting go have what it takes? 4,700 as he lumbers his way through. Hunter on the back line. Done. Jockey, Smoker. Look at that. They're going from, it just gets M2'd away with ease. Rock not going to land. Smoke pulled. Nada. And letting go. Trying to decommit. He's going to, what, climb up? Oh, he's going to go for the dumpy. I love this. Hail Mary dumpy. You definitely need it. Not able to get it through. And that will be that.
Ammunition.
And it does look like this is going to be a pretty decisive victory for Loopy Family. As long as they can just minimize any damage, they should be able to get into the safe room with a lot of bonus left. There's the helicopter right there. 874 points of bonus. Helicopter good to go. They dodge a charge. They dodge a spit. They dodge the hunter. And they get into the helicopter. 829 bonus. That's going to bring them up to almost 4,000 points if they can get in. And away they go. Well done by Loopy Family. Just about doing all they possibly could to lock in the win there in the finale. Respect to Tide of Iron for being able to bring it the distance, but ultimately falling flat on the finale. You can see this tank left so much health left on the board. Just not really getting the SI support he needed. Getting a ton of pre-engaged chip on him and just getting single smacks onto Nick. It's just not going to finish the job. In the meantime, welcome in War Turtle. You are now tuned into a doubleheader for ACI 2. Right when this match concludes, we will be going straight into another China versus China match. But here's a safe room hit. Ooh, gotta be careful. Nick almost gets pulled out. Hunter runs in for a scratch. Triple boom as well. Charge as well. Wow, lands on the wall. And now that is a nice hit out the safe room. We're going to have Love. I want to say his name is more like Tall Lover Boy. Which is kind of a ridiculous name to me, so I'm not sure if that's correct, but that would be the full translation, at least from me. He is trying to get the dumpster in here. Tide sends it into the side room pretty early. They don't get very much chip, and the double boom. Let's see if he can finish the job here. Double smack, and a oh no, that's a double. Finishing off Row here before he goes for more doubles. Common lock. Hunter's in. Not getting cleared. And that's going to be the safe room wipe to finish off the match. Loopy family taking the dub.